What's up? 6-speed drivetrain in the 5-speed bike. All done. Rode it around today. Figured I'd do a little walk around. Now that we know, now that I know exactly what's got to be done when you do these things. So here's a little where we're at. Everything's bolted in. Bike rides, runs. What needed to be done? What needs to be done is, this is what I came across. You need to lengthen the starter wire, because on the 5-speed bike the terminal's over here, and on the 6-speed bike it's up there. Okay, you got to change the ring terminal on the ground for the charging unit, for the regulator. It bolts to the frame originally, or no, excuse me, it bolts to a bracket that goes to the tranny. So I just put a bigger ring terminal and bolted it right to the tranny. He went with hydraulic clutch. You don't have to, but you can. That doesn't make a difference. That's what he's got going on there, hydraulic clutch. Everything up there is fine. Now, what is it? 07, 08, I guess, right? Yeah, 07, 08. They made a bike like this. They made the 6-speed drivetrain and the smaller frame. But I'm not exactly sure if that bike gets a different harness or whatnot. I never bothered looking. This doesn't have to be done unless you have dual exhaust like this guy. If you put a single-sided exhaust, you wouldn't have this problem. But the bracket for the crossover. And what the problem is as when these primaries got bigger, this whole section of the primary got taller. So that bracket, we'll say, was 5 or 6 inches. Now it needs to be about 2 or 3. So what I did was I just cut it across, straight across, made a piece out of angle iron to simulate what they use that bolts to this. And you don't need to make it bolt. You could weld it, which is what I did. And yeah, that's the bracket for the dual exhaust. If you're going to run dual exhaust, you need to do that. What else? Oh, I don't know, in the previous video, if you watch these, there was the issue with the speedo sensor. The speedo sensor is back there on these motors, on these trannies, and on the 5-speed it's over here. Now you don't need to lengthen the wire or anything, but what happens is the sensor on the 5-speed tranny, the wire plugs in under the cover. There's a plug here. On the 6-speed, the harness goes all the way to the sensor and has the plug. They're both the same color code. They're both 3-wire. What I did was I cut them, spliced the 6-speed style harness, which I had laying around, to the other half of the 5-speed style sensor. And the speedo works fine. So if you don't have a 6-speed harness, you'd have to buy that style plug and make that. But that works fine. And that's really it. It's pretty straightforward on this. I mean, it's a bunch of work, but you don't got to make any type of crazy stuff to do it. It kind of just bolts right in. Everything, the motor mounts, front and back, swing arm, all that stuff's the same. So it's the charging system. Needs the ground terminal changed. You need to lengthen the starter wire. You need to do that stuff with the master cylinder, the speedo sensor. And if you're running dual exhaust, you need to make a bracket, which you could kind of see what I did. I cut it across, and then I just took a piece of angle iron and made a bracket like that goes under that special round clamp with the notch in it. And that's it. This bike's an 05 and the drivetrain is a 13. All right, that's that.